Well, that's what you get for living near a military base, right? What's up, guys? How are you doing? What's going on? As you saw, pretty great, pretty busy week of toy hunting. We tried to cover the Spectrum. Pretty great week of, or a couple weeks of video gaming. I don't know if you guys are excited about it, but I know I am. I know Age of Empires 4 finally came out on consoles for Xbox. Literally in 4 days, early access to Starfield comes out on Xbox and PC. Same day, Baldur's Gate 3, I believe, comes out for PS5. Spider-Man comes out very soon, Spider-Man 2. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Literally, Mortal Kombat 1. It seems like every month there'll be one or two great video games. Yesterday, or 2 days ago, Armored Core. It's insane. Busy toy hunting, busy video gaming. And since we're on the subject of video gaming, did pick up one brand new used video game. Super Famicom Power Athlete. Pretty good price. For those who don't know, because it's a name change, so Power Athlete was the name in Japan. In America, they changed it to Power Moves, which is a fighting game, old school fighting game, along the line of Street Fighter. So, the American version, Power Move, for Super Nintendo can go up to, I've seen it, about $85 for the cartridge. Only the cartridge. With box and instructions, it literally goes up in price. A little over 100, maybe 140. So no box, no booklet, but still to actually have the game I grew up with. It's not Street Fighter, it's not Mortal Kombat, but it was fun for its time. Really don't think there's quite a few fighters that actually beat it on the Genesis and Super Nintendo games. But it still was worth picking up. and it's still worth playing. Actually, happy I found it and was pretty surprised that I actually found a version of this. So besides that, as you've seen in my other video, it's been a pretty busy week toy hunting. I think we covered quite a few places, more than we normally do. I'm not sure what's happening this week, but I do have a couple ideas of places I want to check out. Speaking of things happening, if you guys haven't heard, October 15th at the Ala Moana Hotel, the Toy Expo happens yet again. One day's Sunday. I'm pretty excited for it. There are still things I'm looking for. As far as action figures go, as far as pops go, I do think that I'm getting closer and closer to finishing the Funko collection. Honestly, I think it would be close if they stopped coming out with new Funkos. But my idea for what I want is getting close to being finished, mostly. And I did pick up 3 more Funkos. Yes, 3 more Funkos to get even one more step closer to this insane collection. I wouldn't say insane because it's not as much as I've seen. So, still have to make a video for my mailbox with my action figures that came in. Unfortunately, just got word 2 more action figures will be shipping soon from Hasbro Pulse. One new G.I. Joe Classifieds. Well, technically 2 new G.I. Joe Classifieds in 1 box. I'm talking, of course, about the female Cobra Troopers, the Valkyries. They are supposed to get shipped today? Can't be today. Probably Monday. And in 4 to 6 days, a Star Wars Black Series figure ships, and I'm pretty excited for that one. Like the Cobra G.I. Joe Classifieds, it's going to be a 1 figure, but it's a deluxe figure, and it's a pretty damn exciting figure for those of you who read some of the books for Star Wars and who's played Knights of the Old Republic. I think he was in there. He's also in the Old Republic MMO Star Wars game. And then sometime in September, another G.I. Joe Classified figure ships. October, more G.I. Joe Classifieds guys get shipped out. November, December, same. So, yeah, lots and lots of things coming in. There's still a few things that I definitely want to order online because we can't find them here in Hawaii. Of course, every Sunday, well, every week we're hopefully doing toy hunts. Can't promise every week, but I'm trying to get some more video game stuff out there for my channel as well. Yeah, I'm literally swamped and got a lot of things to do. But holy, did I find some stuff that not my grails, but definitely some grails. From what I know, 2 are vaulted. So just to find these, literally, I can't explain it. Then again, there's a lot of Funkos that we've found that I never thought I'd see, let alone own. So the first one isn't really that big, but I've been wanting to get him for a while, and when I finally decided to pick him up, nobody had him. I couldn't find him anywhere. Before I decided to pick him up, I found him everywhere, which literally is insane. But if you've been watching a lot of my review videos, you know I've gotten hold of a few of the Batman animated characters. No Harley yet. I might have to pick that one up. Poison Ivy. Scarecrow. I've seen Batman, but I don't want Batman. Not that Batman. But I had to complete the Scarecrow collection and get the Arkham Scarecrow. This thing looks insane. So now I have 2 Scarecrows, 2 Poison Ivies, a couple Batmans, 1 Bizarro, hopefully soon 2 Bizarros, because there's a new Bizarro out there. So on the back, Batman, Harley, Scarecrow, and Arkham Knight from the Batman Arkham Knight game. I think I have 2 Red Hoods, 1 Azrael. My DC collection slowly is getting completed. So it won't be fully completed because there is literally a couple characters that have never been created. So Funko, if you're listening, definitely would love either a Batman animated or something for Solomon Grundy. Would love to have a Giganta. And to finish off my set, I would love to get an Eclipso. So, other than that, I think one of the other characters I would love to get is a Sinestro. But I don't like the 2 versions that came out before. There is a new version that came out a couple months ago that I would love, which is literally the Justice League cartoon version of them. Would also love to get anything with Sinestro and the yellow suit of his. So with the DC Funkos, I collected a few of the girls that I personally love. Killer Frost, have her one. Not the good one, but just a normal one. I'm fine with that. I have a few Harleys. I have a few Supergirls. I have a Starfire. I have Power Girl. I think all that's left that I'd love to get would be Stargirl. Do have, I think, 2 Ravens. I think I do have 2 Ravens. The original Ravens, not the newer version from the Justice League. The one from Teen Titans. I have a red and a purple. So I'm trying to have literally a small female Funko collection for DC, a small collection of the great looking characters like I do have Steppenwolf and I do have Ares, but I'm trying to also do, I guess, my own version of the Legion of Doom, as well as a small version of my own version of the Suicide Squad. Which I think is coming together nicely. I'm hoping. So, other than that, I did find How to Train a Dragon 2 Toothless. So, of course, the two main characters, Hiccup and Astrid. And then you have the 4 dragons. Forget all of their names. But now, I have 2 Toothless. This version and the How to Train Your Dragon 3 version. So there is a Walmart version that has a red V. I kind of want that one, but this is pretty good. Just to say I have it. And I also have the Light Fury from How to Train My Dragon 3. I don't have the kids. I just wanted the night and the light. There is still a lot of stuff I'm looking for Disney. I think my princess collection is almost complete. Would love to find the other Mulan with the fan, another Pocahontas. I mean, last week I did a little digging in my boxes and was surprised that I found a few other things that I didn't even realize I had. Like I said, I had the other version of Toothless. When I saw this, I was one of those, do I have this? I picked it up because it was a good price and just in case. Thankfully, I don't have him, and now I do. So the last Funko. Oh, and I did check online, and this Toothless, I believe, is vaulted. So I'm kind of happy with that. And the last Funko I picked up is also vaulted. And I've been seeing him in the window for literally months. When I first saw him, he was about $240. Yeah, I wanted him, but I wasn't going to pay that much for him. Then he went down 2 weeks later to $200. Then a couple months later, $140. So this this week, he went down in price to where I thought it was worth it. And it's Fred Flintstone. From the Flintstones, 01. That's right, Hanna-Barbera's #1. Pop Animation's #1. So there's Fred, Barney, Frankenstein Jr., and the Impossibles, but there's no Impossibles, so it's just Frankenstein Jr., Hong Kong Phooey, and Huckleberry Hound. I seriously don't know who did Hong Kong Phooey, but I know the Flintstones, Frankenstein Jr., and Huckleberry was all Hanna-Barbera. Also have Thundarr the Barbarian, which was another Hanna-Barbera. Scooby-Doo. Don't have any of those guys, but you saw I got in the mail the Hex Girls. That's another Hanna-Barbera. It's very crazy what we grew up with. So, a lot of the old cartoons, I mean, I want to see who made them. Because I know Hanna-Barbera did a lot of these cartoons. Filmation, before they became an anime company, created He-Man, She-Ra, freaking Brave Star. I know Filmation did a lot more than those three. Warner Brothers had to do. There were some great companies doing cartoons. And literally all of them, or mostly all of them, no longer exists anymore. Which means a lot of these cartoons no longer exist anymore. I think Hanna-Barbera also did the Jetsons. I think if we go through a lot of the old cartoons that we grew up with, we'll literally see maybe 4 or 5 companies that created the greatest cartoons ever. And now we have we have stuff that are made exclusively for kids. I mean, I'm sure our parents thought the cartoons we grew up with was made for kids. But the stuff we grew up on, would make today's cartoons look like they were made for little babies. I mean, even our baby cartoons that we had, Muppet Babies, Fraggle Rock, I put Smurfs in there. A lot of these had very adult themes in them. Chippendales Rescue Rangers, DuckTales. Don't know if you guys remember Shirt Tales. That is literally showing my age. Devlin, I think that was Hanna-Barbera. Dungeons and Dragons, Pole Position. The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. The real Ghostbusters. We had things that is hard to explain growing up back then to growing up now. I mean, we never had trans cartoons. And I don't think they have trans cartoons today. We've never had cartoons with bi or gay lesbian. I know today there's a couple cartoons that probably has characters that are bi and gay or lesbian or pansexual or whatever, but there's no actual sexual contact in today's cartoons. There was no sexual contact in the old school cartoons. But we did have smoking. We did have drinking. Alcohol. That will never be in today's cartoons. The violence that we had will never be in today's cartoons. Even though nobody really seemed to have gotten hurt. But back then it seems like everybody had ideas. Today it seems like everybody's on some kind of drug. And that's how they're getting their ideas. It's a whole new world. I get it. But I like to go back and watch old movies that are from the 80s and 90s. Old cartoons that I grew up on. That's one of the reasons I'm collecting these. You know, I have this idea of having 30 Funko characters from cartoons that literally when people see them are, I remember that. It's the whole nostalgia. Hell, the other night I watched the first episode of Mask. Kind of hoping I can finish all my Funkos. And literally, once this room gets finished, can display them a little bit. I do have to start going through all of the Funkos and creating videos, literally breakdowns of what I have, because it is getting to the point, like I said, I started going through some of my Funkos in the boxes that I still haven't gotten out yet, and it hits me of what I actually have. And like I said, I didn't know if I had this Toothless. It's getting to the point where I can no longer remember what I have in Funkos, which is kind of scary. Because before it was like, yeah, I don't have that one, I don't have that one, I'm sure I don't have that one. Now it's, do I have that one? I've been trying to make a list, but it's literally hard. Well, anyway, guys, it is getting late. When you see this, it'll probably be first thing in the morning. Three Funkos, one game, not too bad. Bunch of figures, more figures coming in. Like I said, I'm not sure what this week is going to be like, but taking it stride. Thanks for watching. Take care. Be careful. Been looking on the news lately. New version of COVID's coming back. I think in Africa there's another pandemic starting up. Europe, there's something else starting up there. I don't know how bad it's going to be this time. I'm hoping not. But you never know. So, yeah, be careful. Take care of each other. Take care of your families. As you can tell, I'm definitely better. It's gotten so bad, though, that I still haven't gotten my voice back. Kicked my butt. Lahaina still needs help. Now we got forest fires in Cali, in Canada. So they need help. We have a couple hurricanes. One that hit Cali with an earthquake. of more hurricanes coming in. Yeah, it's very insane in the world. Things are happening. Lots of crime. Just saw that there was 4 people dead from a hate crime. Another shooting. If there's anything that I'd like to leave a legacy, it is we're all here because we collect stuff. We're all the same. We're all human. Doesn't matter our religious belief, doesn't matter our sexual beliefs, doesn't matter our political beliefs. We're all human. We should all be loving each other, trying to help each other, trying to be better. It's not a religious belief, it's literally what our ancestors wanted from us, the forefathers, to make a better world, to welcome everybody and create one society of people. And as collectors, we get shunned a lot by other people in other places, but we should, be more welcoming, more forgiving, more understanding. And of course, if we have any wrestling fans, it has been a very hard week for us with the passing of the legendary Terry Funk and of the great Bray Wyatt. 2 men that will never be able to be replaced. I've never met Bray, but from everybody that's met him, he seems like a really stand-up and great guy. I've met Terry once, very fast, in an airport. So, Terry lives his character. Whenever he knows a fan is present, he literally goes into his character. I can't tell you if it is him. I can't tell you if it's not him. Because when I met him or ran into him, he literally was Terry Funk. But I do know that he was in a rush and he took time to acknowledge and have a very small conversation, which he didn't need to do. So, I can't tell you a lot of Terry, but I can tell you that he was who he was, and he was a very great man. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Aloha.